Ah, there we go. Alrighty, folks. Welcome to the first New Year's chess tournament that I will be hosting. Just want to give a brief shout out to Ben Klein, who is adding $5 to the prize. So now we have a whopping $15 prize pool here for the winner. We have Sam over here. I met him from high school. Great guy. Jake from college. Caleb from college. Cody from college. Jacob from college. Ben from college. Riker, one of Caleb's friends from high school. And Jason, a brief shout out to Ben Klein, who was adding $5 to the prize. So now we have a whopping. There we go. There we go. Okay. That was fucking weird. I was double double the audio here. This is gonna be a shit show. I apologize in advance. I go to analytics? That's what I do. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot better. Okay. Cool. But yeah, should be a really fun tournament nonetheless. Um, Jake is definitely the strongest player. I think Riker is a close second. I'm not really sure how good he really is online here, so we'll have to see. But you know, a couple players are 1,500 here and there. Some, like Jason, just started playing chess a couple months ago, so you know, this should be really fun. I'm looking forward to this. Um, we're going to be doing them simultaneously, although the first game, Cody's running late. Of course he is. He's over in Japan. So the first game will just be done once or one at a time here, and then from there on out, we'll do the rounds simultaneously. So I'm going to shoot over to Discord here.
There he is.
Alrighty, folks. So the time control is 10 minutes and then 5 increments. So when you challenge someone, make sure you do the custom and do the 10-minute and then 5-second increments, okay?
Yeah, so how are we supposed to know what side we're on? Or do we just like reset it?
Yes, you're going to be playing each other. One says white, one says black. So it doesn't really matter actually what the first game is, as long as you click the rematch for the first game is done.
Okay.
Because then we'll just go back to the other side of the board. So if you started white and you click rematch, then it'll go to black automatically.
Okay. My friends list is not loading.
You want me to post it?
Yeah, I guess so. My my friends list is not coming up.
All right, you seeing this, Johnny?
Yes, sir. All right. Good luck.
Mm.
All right. Here we go. And let me pull up my little analysis board here. Got knight f3. So Sam is the white pieces, Jake is the black pieces. Pretty straightforward opening here, controlling the center. I like the knight f3 by Sam. I'm expecting maybe g3 by him at some point. So I want to see. Oh yeah, I had different. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I like that c5 move by Jake. Really tricky as white here. Yep, and there's kind of the Catalan, but not, because now black has played c5 versus white played c4. Typically a setup you'll see with this as white is you'll play something like, I don't know, say like this happens, you'll play c4, say black something like this, then you'll play something like g3 and kind of give up this pawn in the center. This is called the Catalan. But we see here just a straightforward, ignoring this pressure here, letting Jake take it if he wants to. Everything's pretty standard so far. Just good developing moves. Really want to see Jake now start to develop, his kingside pieces here. Yep, there we go. Knight f6. And this is always like, so this is always tricky because typically with this setup here, you want to push on the queen side a bit. So these pawns here are going to be a bit awkward now for Sam. When you make this move in front of this pawn, that really restricts your c3 pawn from your c pawn from advancing here, which is typically what you want to do with this type of setup here when you castle king side and put your bishop on g2 like this. Don't hate it. Still a good move. But definitely makes the position a bit trickier, I think. Yep, and a nice move by Jake. Yeah, I mean, this is really what you want to see from Jake here. Pushing d6 here. Now the bishop sees the c5 pawn. And he's basically getting everything that he wants in this opening. Okay. So we have knight to e5 here. Trying to be aggressive. I don't hate it. Something like take. Now you have doubled e-pawns, and you really just let these pawns wreak havoc in the center of the board. Yes, it kicks off your knight temporarily, but you go here, you reroute. You can even go something like here. I mean, a lot of potential here. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Jake, I just snap take this every single time. He is taking a lot. Yeah, and there we go. We see him take. Top engine move. Of course, now he has to take back. Sam does. But while we watch this game develop here, just want to kind of recap. We have Group A and Group B. So Group A will play first here. So we'll see Calum and Cody play a bit later here. And then everyone plays each other once, or actually twice, excuse me. And then they get put in the standings. Top two move on to the semifinals. Same thing with Group B. That will start at about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that will see the other semifinals, top two from there. But, okay, let's see what just happened here. So, yep, we saw take, and then now... I don't like this by Jake, though. I kind of like just going back a bit and just letting this e-pawn sit there for what it is. Engine actually likes this move. Apparently, I'm a dumbass, and it's a top engine move. But it wasn't much of a difference. I did like knight d7 a bit more. But we have knight e4 on the board here. Top engine move, just take. Or take takes, and then it actually wants white to play f3 after those moves here. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know how you can see that. I mean, I would not play that at all. But basically, if takes, now the line here is f3. Which seems so counterintuitive because now your bishop is just stuck. Something like bishop g6, and now it wants you to really open up the center. And you have more flexibility here. Maybe you play something like f4 down the line. But the thing is you're putting pressure on this pawn, which was once supporting this bishop here on e4. Crazy idea. I mean, there's no way in hell anyone's playing that. Just crazy to see happen. Okay. Lots of trades here, though. So we have, boom. Instead of taking, though, we actually have bishop to d2 by Sam. Interesting. So he's giving up the bishop. Jake takes. And then we have queen c7. It's tough to always find a plan here, but I like this developing move. It allows your rook to go towards the center now, so maybe you can push these pawns on the line. And it also, of course, has this threat of taking in the middle here. Lots of good ideas for black here. And now it's kind of just like, oh shit, how do I defend this pawn if I'm Sam? Something like f4 is definitely plausible here. Engine wants you to go knight b5 and just totally give up this pawn in the center, which is a pretty crazy idea. Basically, if you go here, say something like takes, if we look at the evaluation, well, it wants you to play queen a5, of course, threatening a fork here of the rook, and you're kind of scrambling a bit. If you're black, it just wants you to go rook d8, and this is still okay. Somehow, queen d7 apparently is still winning for black, but this is a very precarious situation. Your bishop is stuck. Your rook is just, you know, being a fucking dumbass right there in the corner. I don't like this as a human if I'm black, even though the engine says it's good. So I like that, you know, knight b5 idea here, giving up that pawn and just getting the king in the middle of the board. Let's see. Okay. Defended with the queen there. Don't hate it. And Jake just goes queen b6, pressuring now, defending the pawn at the same time and pressuring the queen. The problem is with this move is it runs into, you know, moves like queen b5. It's just a straightforward move here. Queen a5 is still good. Eval bar is about equal still. And now he's hitting this pawn here on e2. And I do want to listen on the players here, see if they're saying anything so far. Looks like both of them are muted, actually, so I think that answers that question. Both players are very locked in right now. $15 on the line, guys. It's a lot to play for here. But I'm gonna pull up the stream here. Right, there we go. Just making sure there's nothing in the chat. But yeah, if I'm Jake, I definitely like my position right now. Okay. So we just have c3 here by Sam, giving up the pawn. I don't hate it. It actually likes g5. Hold up. Look at that move. So g5 here. To get the queen out of the way here to take the knight. That's called a deflection. Because basically, if you look, this queen needs to protect this knight. And the only way you can do that is on the fourth row here. How do you do that? You can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, 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 or here. It's all being controlled by Jake here. So this move actually went pretty unreal. You're giving up a full pawn here on the g file, which is always tricky, but this actually just wins a full piece. Of course, that did not happen. It's very tricky to find. What we see happen here is just a push on the pawn. It does, you know, something very similar, where it cuts off the communication between the queen and the knight there. But you can still play something like, you know, b3, but you are just losing a pawn here. So I do like that move by Jake still at c4. Very clever. And then we had, yep, exactly what I thought would happen. We had b3 after. Then we had just a development. I would have taken there. 100% would have taken, but I don't hate this developing move. Engine doesn't like taking, actually. because it keeps that that pressure on. And then we had take, and then queen takes. All pretty good moves so far by the players. Jake is not, or Sam actually is not trading here, but now if you trade, you take back here, and your pieces are, you have double pawns here, double F pawns, and then you would have double E pawns. So interesting decision here for Sam not to just trade off that queen. Yep, so we see that exactly happen. Queen takes, top engine move. You have take back. Castles, love this by Jake. Yeah, he's just in a really dominant position. Sam's pawns are just kind of all over the place here. You have really isolated pawns on this this queen side that can really be exploited by these rooks very quickly. And you can push these pawns too, get these bad boys. I would have moved this rook. I don't think it matters all too much because I would like this rook to still be on the A file here to just make sure that, you know, one of the rooks can cover some of these pawns as they push down, whereas there's nothing to really cover for this rook on either of these files. But okay. I just want to go back here. Yep, so then we had I like this move by Sam, though. Get towards the middle of the board. Okay, we have knight back. Yeah, this is just a really precarious situation by... Oh, it's a great move. Great move. Bishop A3. And you have to really defend it awkwardly. I would have defended it here with rook B... but this is covered. Yeah, covered by the bishop, so you can't even go here. Otherwise, you just get snap taken. So you have to play rook to D2. Very tricky. Very tricky. And you really just can't protect this pawn anymore. Yeah, really tough spot here for Sam. This bishop is just super annoying because this pin's just always going to be there. You can't get out of it because if you want to try to get out of it, right, and move this rook to like B1 to protect the knight gets taken. So you have to do something, you know, you have to like move your rook out of that file to maybe something like D1, right? But then that just completely removes the defender on the C3 pawn, and boom, the rook comes into play here, takes on C3. So there's really no way to get out of this. Brutal position if you're Sam. I would start doubling the pawns, or doubling the rooks, excuse me, on that file here. If I'm Jake, I don't hate this move either. Definitely preparing something like D4, because if takes, uh-oh. We have rook takes C1, so you just can't take that back. You have to probably do something like maybe push. I like that move by Sim, though. It prepares that move to happen. So now you can just take back with the E pawn. And now if I'm Jake, I just like maybe play something like this, have some breathing space for my king, or do it exactly what Jake just did here. Just start pushing these pawns. They're just unstoppable. You can't do anything. B4 is coming. You can fully give up the pawn because, again, you have this pin and you have this pin. I mean, this is just absolutely brutal. Sam's pieces really just can't do anything. I like it's a nice try here, but again, you're just stuck. You just can't do anything. Just have Sam's pieces in chokehold essentially. And yeah, I mean, Sam's just making moves now. Bishop E2. He's just completely stranded. I mean, just give up the pawn, Jake. Just go B4. Do it. Do it. I believe in you. Okay, what do we do here? Yep, he's slowly doubling those rooks. And yeah, I still really just love B4. Yep, there it is. B4, ladies and gents. On the board. Engine says it's a mistake. Now it wants you to double up. But again, this is still completely winning for Jake here. It's -2. You just completely win this pawn. There's nothing you can do if you're Sam. Oh, let me drink up my water. Couple brewskis maybe later tonight. Improves the commentary, hopefully. I do like this move. This top engine move by Sam. But yeah, now you have the problem of the doubled rooks, and you're just losing that pawn. I really do at some point want Jake to get this this king some safety here. It is making me a bit nervous. I like the emoji there in chat, Jacob. Thank you very much. Yeah, top engine move now, rook c to d1. And that's actually what Sam ends up playing. So he knows that this pawn's going to be lost. I like the idea. If you take back with the pawn, let's show everyone what happens here. Take back with the pawn. Bad things happen for black. This, of course, just runs into mate. You have mate in 2. This is what I was talking about. You really want that lift here for your king so you can avoid situations like that. And you're able to have some more flexibility with your tactics here going forward. So, of course, can't take back here. You got to take back with something else. And Jake kind of loses his advantage a bit here. Engine really thinks this is even again. So Sam has played this really well, kind of capitalizing on Jake's lack of confidence here. Now something like B3, just continuing to push this pawn, completely give it up, I guess. Not sure what the thought process is behind that, but who the fuck knows? Computers are weird. Let's go back to the live position here. Yep, and now we're just shuffling back and forth. And that is a blunder. Wow. Yeah, the engine likes something like B3, A5 is still good here. Even like G6, anything that kind of just gives you, you know, protection here, gets your king a lift. But yeah, this is now completely losing for Jake. It really likes A4. Interesting. A lot of oh my god. Oh no, what just happened, folks? What just happened? Okay. We just had a crazy tactic. Oh my god, and Sam gets the upset. Okay, so we had takes, right? Then we have rook takes, snap take, and Jake just thinks he wins a knight. He just thinks he won the night, and oh my gosh, we need to see reactions here.
On me, you can host it unranked. Sorry about that.
And Jake just lost 100 points. No, yeah. Hey, folks, these are rated games. Rated games.
Well, I mean, that doesn't make any sense because if I lose one game, I'm going to lose like hundreds. And they're not going to get anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a problem with being 1500 there, Jake. But yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can do unrated. But wow, crazy stuff. Yeah, Jake just thought he won the night, and I kept on saying it. Give your king a lift, and it just did not happen.
So
And we have Jake
do we
blundering,
play the second game now,
the
or do
clear
we
favorite of the
wait
tourney.
for?
Yep, go ahead and play the second game. Of course, Sam, you're going to be black, and then Jake will be white.
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
So what do I have to do? Just hit rematch or?
Yeah, if you're
I
still on
think
that
that
screen,
works,
just
right?
click rematch, yeah. And it should just automatically get the pieces the right way. Yep, here we go.
Okay. Good luck. Have fun.
All right. And game 2 has now started. You have D4 by Jake. And wow, Sam's starting off the tourney with the statement, beating the top seed here, the tourney favorite to win. That was unexpected. Jake, he was telling me on the Discord before he was pretty nervous about this, so the nerves definitely showing there, and getting punished as a result. And yep, Sam likes his King's Indians, so we're going to see both players actually fianchetto here. Pretty standard stuff. Yep, we have that C4. Just taking space in the center. At some point, Sam will have to, clap back. Maybe moves like this to fight for the center. Knight F3. Plays D5 immediately. Don't hate it at all. I like taking here as white. You can always just keep the pressure there. Bait black to take back here, and you just get to really push towards the center. Because you really don't want to take this as black unless you can get some compensation for it. Okay, so Sam does decide to take here. And yep, this is kind of what I said would happen. We have knight c3, and e4 is coming. You can't really stop it either. So this is why it's always ill-advised, because when you take back in the center here, to c4, this pawn was guarding this square to start off. If it goes here, it no longer guards this square. So you push e4 here. The knight sees it, but the white knight also sees it. If you had that pawn still here, this totally prevents e4. But now that the pawn is on c5, or c4 rather, tricky spot. And if I'm Sam here, I maybe play something like c5 myself. Engine wants you to play knight a3. Oh, excuse me, no. Wait, what? Knight a3? What is this fucking engine smoking? Smoking crack. What are you doing? No, knight c... Oh, just needed to refresh. I was like, what the fuck? Once you play knight c6, this is a really interesting move because you typically want to avoid positions like this where your bishop is directly in front of this pawn. It's not the worst thing because typically this will happen and the bishop is still stuck on f8, the dark squared bishop, but we already fianchettoed, so it's not that bad of a deal. The problem now is this e-pawn here for Sam is just kind of stuck behind the bishop, and you really want your central pawns to be part of the game. So when you make moves like this, you're really restricting this pawn here from participating in the near future. You want the option to play moves like e6 and e5 here to contest for the center of the board. Yep, e4 is played, top engine move. No way to prevent it, like I said. And now you're really just hurting here in the center. You have these pawns just wrecking havoc on the black position here. You can't do much about it. This is the problem with taking here in the Catalan. No, it's not really a Catalan, but I call it a Catalan because you're fianchettoing and you're giving up this c4 pawn. Yeah, now you want moves like c6 here to prevent moves like d5. Not prevent it, but at least have some, you know, spots where you can actually clap back a bit. But yeah, I mean, you really just can't let d5 happen if you're Sam. And seeing c6 is very important for the position. You can Engine also likes moves like knight a6, or maybe just, you know, maybe moving this bishop back, or maybe doing something like g4 and likes bishop g4 a bit, kind of pinning this knight here to the queen. Position's still about equal, but it's really hard to find c6 here. If c6 doesn't get played, it gets a bit sketchy for black, because d5 is coming with a vengeance. I mean, you can make simple moves too, like in the future, just like bishop e3. You can play, you know, rook e1, prepare moves like this. I mean, these pawns are just unstoppable right now. Very tough to play this as, Sam. Oh, hey, Cody. Is he there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? How we doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
I got scared because I was literally listening to the show and then you talked to me. Is it recording? What's happening?
Yes,
How
yeah.
does that
So,
work?
of course, you can mute the stream, but yeah, I'm just popping in here. You can start your game. Uh, so you are going up against Calum,
Okay.
and I know both of you guys are kind of new to chess.com and its interface here. So, if one of you folks wants to actually share your screen, I can show you guys how to start the game.
Okay. I'm going to chess.com.
Just looking at the live position here, we did have c5 actually. So if we go back a couple moves here, we had c5. You had that move that I was talking about, d5 happen. So Sam elected for bishop g4 here. Now it gets kicked out, and you really just have to take it. Yep. Otherwise you get trapped. Of course, if you don't, if you go back, then you just have the simple g4, and your bishop is fucked. We don't want to have that happen here, so you have to give up the bishop. And then we have knight b to d7. Calum, you want to share your screen or
Yeah, hold up. Let me. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, let me watch it. Did you first add Cody as a friend?
What's Cody's username?
You can go to actually. So
Uh,
if you go to mine, Calum, if you click on my profile, you can actually view it from there.
Mhm.
yeah, so I'm garter built.
Yeah, go to my friends and then scroll down. Yep, garter belt right there.
Garter Belt. So I just add
Click
friend.
on add friend. You can also just do challenge. So click on
Okay.
challenge actually.
Challenge. Yep.
And then do where it says 10-minute rapid under game type. Click on that.
Rapid.
Oh, yep, you had it. It's a should be drop down bar. So click on 10-minute rapid.
Mhm.
Do more time controls. Yep, and then just do 10-minute. So 10 under the minute. Type it out.
Oh,
there.
and like custom.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
And then do 5 under increments.
Got you.
Yep. And then do send challenge. There you go. And Cody, you should get a challenge request.
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. All right. If you guys can go to the Chess 2 channel, that'd
That's
be great.
going 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you guys can banter, of course, throughout the game. You can mute. It's totally up to you folks what you guys want to do. All right, there we go. So we got the second game started up here. Let's go ahead and take a little look at that game. But I do want to go back to the game here that we were looking at before. So we have, let me go back. Let me catch up with the current position. So we just had queen back. And then knight is now traveling towards the center of the board. We have that bishop e3 move I was talking about. And you can kind of see Jake's once good position has kind of been... I mean, Sam is just playing well in the middle in late game here. Proving his worth. This is a great move. Knight to d3. And this knight is really, really annoying, actually. Wow, this is really just a bit of a outpost here for the knight. There's no pawn to kick it out. It's hard to trade this knight because this knight has to do a lot of rerouting. And this is just, I mean, look at all these important squares that this knight controls. I mean, this knight's a fucking beast. What you really have to do in this scenario is play moves like b3 to really counteract, this pawn here that's protecting the knight and get to it that way. Because if something like this, you can just take back with the knight. You can't really protect this pawn. However, you have to watch out for tricks. If you decide to move this pawn up, this bishop now becomes a very, very big problem for white. So you can't actually play that right away. What you have to do is play a move, rook. Probably maybe move this towards the middle, like rook d1. You move the knight. I don't know. It gets a bit tricky. Maybe protect it with your queen. Protect it with your bishop. Because this bishop is going to become a beast if you get this b pawn out of the way. So again, this is why this is such a good move for Sam. It's why this is a really good outpost, because there's not a lot that you can do to get this knight traded off unless you want to give up a rook for it. Which I definitely wouldn't advise doing, but honestly, positionally, it might not be the worst. You get a pawn as well for it. It's not the worst thing in the world. You still have these dominant pawns. I might consider it if I'm Jake, honestly, trading, one of your rooks for this knight, but yeah, I do like this move by Jake because now it's preparing moves like b3. But again, it still allows for this to be played because if you move the knight, boom, bishop takes a1. Okay, and we have interesting position here. I thought there was a queen blunder, but no. Take backs here on Caleb versus Cody. But let's go back to this position because this is the most interesting one so far. We'll get to Caleb and Cody's game in a bit here because this one is getting a bit low on time too. Okay, and I want to go back to my position that I had it. Boom. Yep. Okay, and then because I'm trying to keep up on the side here with the engine that I'm making the moves for, and this is the live position. it liked knight d7, but I like queen b3. It's not horrible. It does prevent this pawn now from protecting, like so. If you see a move like b3. So now b3, because you just restricted this pawn from moving to b5, is now the top engine move. So really likes b3 here, gets the protection off of these this wonderful, wonderful knight on d3 that's just really annoying. Okay, so Jake does not see it, but rook ab1 is still very solid. Protects any shenanigans like I was mentioning on this bishop line here. And it does prepare b3 nonetheless. But it still wants you to play something like knight d7 so the bishop can see these pieces here. And also allows the knight to reroute to a better square. It protects not only c5 here, but maybe you can hop in somewhere down the line to, you know, e5 here. Do something like that as well. Now you're double protecting this knight. And I mean, that's really a good idea, but finding knight d7 here for Sam is so hard to do. I do like e6 as well. It tries to clap back in the center a bit, but I'm afraid this is all for naught. You know, you're focusing on this knight here. This is where your position is really strong, and trying to focus on the center of the board here is really actually not a good spot for Sam to focus on right now. It's a bit counterintuitive, but... And yep, Jake goes ahead with the plan here. He does realize that the way to get this knight off of here is to play b3. Good realization by Jake there. I mean, he had a plan here to protect his knight, get the rook off, and push b3, because he realized that this was a big problem, and the only way to really get this knight off is by getting to this pawn here. So really, really strong plan here by Jake. And yeah, Sam is moving the knight here. He does see that that's, you know, going to be threatened pretty soon. So might as well attack with a tempo. I like that move here. But okay, let's go see what happened here in this game. e4, e5. Petrov defense here. You could have just, and honestly, for new players, you know, it's kind of a blind spot. You can't just 100% take back in the middle here. You can, a lot of tricks. This position is very, very tricky to play here. The top engine move actually is something like d6 to kick it off, and then you can take back, because if you take back without pushing, you get into a very, very tricky situation. For those curious and want to see what happens with that line, actually, say you have this position. You have queen e2. And there's so many different ways to blunder this. It's fucking crazy. If you go, oh, yeah, and it's to get, you know, my knight's being attacked here. Let's move the knight. You have a knight c6 check, and you just lose the queen. Because it's a discovered check on your king. You can try to block it, but then, yeah. And of course, if you block with the queen, it's the same thing. But now your knight just takes the other way. So, pretty crazy position that unfortunately did not happen. But nonetheless, let's go back to the live position here. Yep. Okay. Interesting move there. Queen d7. And you can kind of see these players aren't very highly rated, let's just say. Knight takes. Okay. Just developing pieces. Honestly, this is good chess. This is really good chess. Okay, now we just have straight up, yeah, hanging a knight for a pawn. Hanging the pawn. Oh shit, Cody. Oh no, he's just taking... Shit is going down with Cody's pieces here. And Caleb is playing solid chess, just basically responding to what is happening around him. And has the time advantage as well. All right, and this one's really getting into the weeds here. Time crunch a bit. So we had a lot of trades. So after we saw Queen D2 here, we had Rook kind of pinning this pawn here. Very nice move by Sam. Then we have takes in the center. We had takes in the center again. Problem by taking all these pieces now, if you're Sam, is that you have the open file to deal with, and now you have this pawn that can just ring free. So this is a really strong position now for Jake again. After all those trades, you really didn't want to trade a whole lot if you're Sam there. Doesn't help out your position too much. Okay, and yep, Queen E5 is played. Do like that move by Sam. Top engine move. Top engine move. And this is the live position here. Minute 25 left for Jake on the clock. Minute 38 for Sam. So getting into crunch time here. I mean, don't think about this too much. Simple moves like Rook E1. Rook D1 even. I mean, start pushing the pawn, right? There's a lot of good ideas here for Jake. It's not worth thinking about this all too much. Not really a whole lot in danger right now in your position. Just play solidly. The engine wants you to play A3, but that's just stupid. Okay. Does play D6. Engine likes that move too. Exactly. Just push the pawn. It's a pass pawn. You can protect this with your bishop. You can move your rooks over. A lot of good things about this position so far for Jake after all those trades. And let's I am going to stay on this game until because this position seems like it's said and done here. Let me refresh that. I don't know why I was grayed out a bit. Got a live position. There we go. Yeah, just a solid oh god, yeah. And this seems to be over. If take back, we have mate on the board. Let's go actually go see the reactions here. Yep, and we have it. And that's a good spot by Calum.
Good game.
Jeez.
All right, so yeah, guys, just click on rematch, and that should just start the second game up.
Okay, and then I'll be black, you'll be white automatically.
Exactly. If you click on rematch, it should just automatically switch the pieces. Yep.
Okay, cool.
There you go. All right, perfect. And let's go back to the position here for Sam and Jake. Okay. So we had take in the center. Oh, interesting. Okay. A lot happened here. We had rook up. Wanted to double these rooks here, stopping that pass pawn. Good realization there by Sam to see that. I don't really like knight d5. It allows takes. Yes, you can take back with the queen. Takes back with the bishop. Gives up this pawn. Really tricky idea here. I like the attempt by Jake right here, because if you take, you have this little move here, and you can take the rook. So good try, but alas, no cigar. And let's go refresh. I don't know why that always happens. It just grays out there. But, yep, so we have that, and does Jake see it? No, he doesn't see it. Oh, no, he plays rook to d1. And now it's still there, but it gives up a queen for 2 rooks, which is not what you want to do. Tries to kick the knight out, or the rook out, and just gives up. Sam just gives up the rook. Oh my gosh. Just craziness happening right now. And yeah, looks like go to the position here.
Oh, good game. I'm fucking sweating. They're very tight games. Nice job.
Yeah.
Thanks, you too.
Do you play often or?
I stopped playing for a while, and then
Mhm.
I started playing again like a week ago.
Oh, very nice.
I'm like 100. I was 900 when I started practicing for this, so I have
Yeah.
been
Yeah. And I mean, just time
have been
pressure.
grinding.
Got to see him, it
Yeah,
looks
you're
like.
good, dude. You
Giving
got
up the
some
rook here
good
for the
moves.
bishop.
I
And
get terrified when it gets like too defensive. So that's
yeah, just
probably what all that was. But
allowing
nice job.
the
Yeah.
queen to infiltrate the position here and just gives up
Thanks,
the
GG.
queen.
GG.
Yeah, GG's boys. You guys can chill out for a bit. Cody and Cam on their second game.
How do we watch that?
You can either just watch my stream actually, or you can watch their games on chess.com.
Okay, I'm going to the general chat. Is that where the
Yeah,
app
you can do
is?
that too. All right, and let's watch this other position here unfold. So let's try to catch up here with the live position with my handy dandy little engine on the side here. E4,
It is kind of
E5.
trippy knowing that Johnny's like criticizing our every move, but not being able to hear him.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last game. Like I think he was just tearing into me last game. I'll be honest. 'Cause
Like
I
it's just
was,
No,
like
Cody, I would never, Cody. I
it's
would
like
never
this
do that.
lingering
I was
threat.
just doing whatever. My moves were kind of all over the place, I will admit.
Okay, we have a lot of interesting moves here to start off. Caleb's just playing solidly. Cody's just moving his pieces wherever the fuck he wants to. He is developing though, so that's the good news about his position here is that this isn't horrible if you're Cody, but needs to really calculate and not give up full pieces here for simple pawns. Let's see what he does here. He does take back, very very good. Okay, and does
Since I've
he
been living
see
here, I've been
now
trying to
that we can
learn
take back here with the
shogi.
knight? Yes, he
'Cause
does.
it's similar to chess, but it's like it's supposed to be like in like 10 times harder apparently.
Yes, shogi is 10 times harder, Cody. So those who don't know what shogi is, it's Japanese chess. It's a 9x9
I
board,
think
and
I think
typically
learning
in chess,
shogi.
you can take a piece, and that's pieces off the board for the rest of the game. In shogi, though, you take your opponent's piece, and you can now your next move either move one of your current pieces on the board, or just put that piece that you captured onto the board as your own. It's absolutely insane. It just has so much more possibilities. You got to take into account what pieces the opponent can play onto the board now, on top of what the current position is, which is just fucking insane. It's very positional because you don't have pieces like the queen. You have what's called gold and silver pieces, which only move like one at a time, kind of like a king. So the gold moves like this. The silver can move like this, and only one at a time. So it's you only have one rook, one bishop. It's very interesting, very complicated as well. But a lot of good moves here so far. This is very tame, I would say. So we see this, and then we have Caleb trying to kick off that knight from the center of the board. Cody sees it. Well done. Plays c5. And yeah, I think this is really good by Cody. Good strong recovery from the beginning of what the last game was. Just kind of getting settled down a bit here. b6. Hey, this knight's on him. He's on a fucking mission, okay? It's just galloping across the whole fucking world, apparently. Just going all the way. How did this knight? Oh shit! Yeah, this went boom, 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 and it's on a fucking mission to infiltrate the black position here. Of course, knights are tricky, especially for beginners here. You need to get this queen out of the way here. Yes, Caleb does see that queen's being attacked, moves it accordingly, and also now attacks this g2 pawn. Engine likes castling. F3 is also a good move. Attacks the bishop and protects that pawn. Lots of time, lots of time. Nice. Cody does castle. Now, this is a very, very tricky move. You could play something like this, give up the bishop and just start attacking, which would probably do pretty well, because these pawns are just unstoppable. And now the king is exposed. If I'm a human, I play this move. The engine hates it, of course. Just giving up the bishop for free, because of course you kind of have to address it right away, because if you don't, you have mate with the bishop and the queen. But we don't see any of that. We just see Caleb taking a free pawn, because why not? Pawns are good. Cody trying to kick out that knight. And interesting. Yeah, how long was that just hanging for? Oh yeah, so I like that move. This is actually a really good move by Caleb, because not only he gets a free pawn, but boom, now the queen just sees that knight, and Cody basically has it trapped. You can't really do much about that here. Yeah, I mean, in that position here, something like f3 still is decent, because it makes you address the bishop first. Yeah, it's very tricky to play that. So we see take with the queen, and now Caleb's just up piece, but it does, he can take back Cody, so it's not the end of the world. Honestly, not an awful trade. Not an awful trade. I do like this move by Caleb, getting the rook towards the middle. You do want to try to get that bishop developed and get that king castled. It is pretty vulnerable right now to some checks here, like queen a4. It's just annoying to deal with if you're Caleb here. Tough to spot if you're Cody. But yeah, seeing that king in the middle of the board, I would want to exploit that the best I can. c6, but then you just run into things like b5. And now it's really annoying to deal with. Cody does play f3. Okay, wow. Good move. f3 is always, always tricky, because it really exposes your king here if you're castled. Moving that f-pawn is always very dangerous, because you run into a lot of problems on this diagonal here. He is covering it right now with his pawn and his bishop, but if I'm Cody, I want to get that bishop traded off as soon as possible, because playing moves like f3 and keeping this dark square bishop on the board is very dangerous for white. Right, yeah, and we see it. Wow, good move by Cody. He sees that he can check the king here in the center. Love that. Great stuff, Cody. And yeah, it likes b5 here, because if you play c6, then you run into b5 yourself. Yes, and let's see if Cody sees this move here. Engine actually likes d4. Bitch, get the fuck out of here, Engine. No, this is a very human move. b5 here. Yes, and he spots it. Wow. Good stuff. Again, the engine doesn't like it, but it's only like -1 versus, 0.5. It's totally fine. And now Caleb's in a tricky spot. I mean, this pawn is just going to be lost. You can try to protect it with the rook now. He does have the ability to maybe take, pressure this knight. Again, very chaotic position right now. There's just a lot going on. But if you take here, you think, oh, I'm pressuring that knight. You run into, calculations like this, right? You get to this position, say you take, and you say, oh, or maybe you go here to prevent that, or maybe something, along the lines of something like this. You just have this free position, and boom, You have a discovered check here. A lot can go wrong. You move this over here, and now you're just getting completely destroyed here. Don't take free pieces because, boom, you have a check that you have to deal with now. King f7, and queen c4, check, or rook d7. Yep, I like rook d7. I like rook d7. And rook d8's coming. This is coming. This pawn's unstoppable. Let's go back to the live position here. Okay. And yep, we see pawn get taken here. And now Cody is winning. Cody is winning. And this is a very important move here by Caleb. He needs to get this right. The engine likes b5. There's no way in hell you're playing that. You're probably playing something like queen c7. Still not awful as well. Prevents that pawn from doing any shenanigans here. If I'm Cody, I snap trade that bishop. I do not want that bishop on the board at all. Get it out. 100%. Top engine move as well. Get the bishop out. You have a lot of shenanigans here that can happen with this dark squared bishop. Like I was mentioning before. You're low on time as well. Just think simply. Think simply. Take that bishop. Likes moves like knight g3 as well. A lot of tension here, and it's tough to calculate this, but it's being attacked twice. It's being defended twice. This is okay. You don't have to do anything crazy here. Taking back is an idea. But, of course, if you take back, it just straight up loses the knight. This is pinned. Which is why the engine liked knight to g3. This is also a good move. Yep. And Caleb decides that, fuck it, I want to take it. And we see queen takes. Cody really low on time, though. But by doing this move here, it still protects that pawn. So when he takes back the bishop here, the queen is no longer seeing it, but the rook is. And now this also prevents Caleb from castling. Because the queen just sees that f8 square right there. I love knight d4, just a natural position here. Engine really likes knight g3, but knight d4 is still a top engine move. Let's see if Cody can spot knight d4. Because then you can just walk into the position here. You have a free pawn. Because the queen cannot take this. Because you're giving up a rook for a queen. Okay. You have queen to e3. Not really sure what that move does all too much. Maybe thinking about takes. I like that. It's a nice idea by Cody. Because it protects this this knight now. So you can take with this f-pawn. In the past, if you took with the f-pawn, it's just the knight's hanging. Caleb moves his king that way rather than castling. I would have decided to castle immediately once I saw Cody move that queen out of the way. Because remember, that queen was guarding that f8 square. Now that queen's not there. And yeah, what a move by Cody. He sees the fork. Well done. Wow. Queen d4 was the top engine move. No idea why, because I'm playing this all day. Queen g5. Yeah, it's still +5 regardless. Take that bishop, Cody. You earn that bishop. Don't take back. Take the bishop. It's free. You have 29 seconds left. Oh, no. Cody, don't choke. Oh, no. You got... I mean, it's a free pawn, I guess. And now Caleb still doesn't see the bishop is just completely hanging. Oh, oh no, Cody. Time pressure is definitely occurring here. And oh my god. we just decide not to take a full queen because fuck it. We're gonna attack the queen again. And Cody gives up his queen for the rook. This actually isn't awful because now you can take back, but the queen still guards. Oh, actually, no, never mind. The queen is guarding. Oh my god, this is chaos. So Caleb just up a queen for a rook here. Oh my god. And this is just chaos. Cody, 5 seconds, takes his free rook. Caleb will probably take the knight now. And now we have a rook and bishop versus a bunch of pawns. And with the 5-second increment here. No, they have no increment. Oh no. Huh. The increment didn't work.
Damn it.
Oh, damn, you ran out of. I was even looking at the clock. I kind of
Dude, I
forgot
lost.
that's the clock.
Sorry,
I
guys.
was looking at your clock because I thought that your clock was the overall clock, and then I looked at yours all of a sudden, and I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, I have my own clock."
damn.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah, I feel like we both did a lot of blunders that game.
Towards the end, yeah, the time pressure. Sorry, guys. I totally didn't see that you guys didn't have the 5-second increments.
We didn't?
though. Well, either way, I feel better about that one.
Yeah, that one was a lot more competitive. I definitely had some blunders towards the mid game there.
I thought I had it set up perfect, and then I looked at the time, and I was like, "God damn it!"
All right, sorry about that, folks.
Returns.
My mic just
No.
decided to not fucking work, so I did restart. But we are back in business.
Okay.
So let me get up my Excel sheet here. But in chess game 1 is going to be Sam and Caleb, and in chess game 2 is going to be Jake and Cody.
The prodigal son.
Yo,
Okay, and I'm going to have to pull up here self-analysis. 2 of my boards. Sorry for that technical difficulties there, folks. Shit happens, as we all know. All right, I'm going to minimize these positions here. Shit. Bear with me. Nope, that's Discord. Pardon me, folks. I had everything set up exactly the way I wanted it to be, and then my fucking mic decided to fucking go out. So now I'm gonna get everything back in order again here. Yep, Kalman, Sam already started theirs. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if these guys started their game as well. I'll go to their that was Calum.
It should be like in messages or something.
Messages. Okay.
All right, yeah, make sure it's the 10 5 increments. Last game when we forgot the 5 increments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Cody's game. Just make sure that
Oh,
that 5-second
yeah.
increment is in play.
It should be. It's the one that's 10 line 5, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if I can go to like my archives or something and to find analysis. There it is. Found it. Ah, perfect. Okay. Guess it's still gonna be white black, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. All right. And their game has started as well. Okay, so second round of games here. We got Sam versus Calum. And I just want to update this as well, folks. So this is now 1-1. Sam got that first win. And Calum got both of the wins there against Cody, starting off strong. Okay, that just... Why? No. Fucking Excel. How do I not get Excel to be fucking dumb? Why do you do this? There's definitely a fix here, but I don't know what the fuck it is. I swear to God. There. Fuck off, game. I'll figure it out later. And this is January 1st. Holy shit. Hold up. How did I not have Excel change to a date? Text before typing. Format cells. Select the cells calling you up to protect from data conversion. All of these. And then, okay. Selection. Format cells. Right here. Text. There we go. Jesus Christ. Fucking ridiculous. Fuck you, Excel. I'll just do this other one now, too. Okay, so that's all good to go. Oh, yes, thank you, Jacob. Sorry, I'm behind in chat here. A lot of shit going down. Okay. Let's get to these positions, folks. So let's look at the Sam Calum game here. Sam coming off his good win versus Jake. Very nice. Okay, yeah, so we just have losing a full pawn here for Calum. Oh, uh-oh. So we have Sam was like, oh yeah, let me protect or attack this knight, fully realizing, or not realizing that, yeah, the queen can just take back and defend the knight at the same time. And Calum doesn't take back. Oh no. He was up a full piece and he says, fuck that. I don't want a full piece. I want to trade off the queens. Pieces are overrated, guys. Oh shit. And we're defending instead of just snap taking. A lot of shit going down here. Yep, we see that. Okay. Okay. Loses a pawn. Loses another pawn here. Good intermittent move here. Does defend. Takes another pawn. And Sam's just eating up on this whole position here. Caleb moving a bit too fast here. He has 7 minutes and he's just losing so many pawns. And this just loses because you can just play f6 here. And now the bishop's under attack. The rook's under attack. Sam doesn't see it though. He just moves his bishop back. And that's going to actually lose a bishop. Oh no, Sam. You got to be able to see that move here, because then if takes, you can just take back and you're still completely fine. But yeah, just loses a full bishop. Oh no. Cam's back in the game here. You can sack here, but I don't think it's worth it in the slightest. Yeah, and a good move by Sam here, infiltrating here, getting on to the second rank. If you're black, your goal is to get the rooks in the endgame on the second rank. If you're white, the goal is to get your rooks on the 7th rank. Good move by Caleb, realizing that this rook is really fucking annoying. Boom, you're not going to have that. I would have, instead of taking that though by Sam, double up your rooks. That's the whole point of putting this rook on the second rank here, so you can defend here. So if Caleb takes back, you still get your rook there. Of course, it does get a bit tricky, because even if you do that, there is a good tactic regardless, where Caleb can actually just still put it there anyway, because it's protected by the bishop. But you can still be annoying over here, right? And then you can be a nuisance on the back end here. Maybe play moves like this, and then maybe start pushing this pawn, right? A lot of shenanigans you can do in this position here, when your rook is just infiltrating on the back rank there. So let's go back here to the position we were at before. So it does get that trade off, does bring the rook over still, does get the 7th rank. You can still make that move like I was talking about though. Does Caleb see it? No, he does not. He loses a pawn. And now Sam's just eating up. Caleb's a bishop ahead, but look at all these free pawns here that's just raining havoc. Yeah, and Caleb only has 1 pawn left. You can just start taking pawns himself now, but... Ooh, I don't like that. Oh! Okay. This is very instructive, guys. If you have all these fucking pawns, right? And the king's over here, take this. Take it. You have a shit ton of pawns here. Simplify the game. Caleb does lose his last pawn, though. This is very, very bad for Caleb. And yeah, Sam now does trade the bishop, or excuse me, the rook. And there's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do. We're in the live position now. And Sam, I need to talk to you about that time, my friend. You have a shit ton of time on the clock. Yeah, and this is pretty much over here. Sam's going to take the first win. Let's see what's going on in this position here. This is, of course, Cody versus Jake. Oh my gosh, we just have a crazy position. A lot of tension. No one wants to take, apparently. And Cody just gives up a bishop. Oh no. Back to game 1 here against Caleb for Cody. Doesn't realize that the bishop is being attacked by the pawn. Loses the bishop. And just loses queen. And loses the knight with check, because that wasn't enough. And yeah, this game's pretty much over at this point. And yeah, there is a possibility here for a stalemate. Sam needs to be careful. Just bring your queen right here, so the queen or the king can only just move back and forth. If you bring up your king now, this is stalemate. Good job. Yes, Sam. Good endgame technique here. Now he can just bring his king in, and that's checkmate in the next move. Well done. Well played by Sam. Good stuff. Okay. So, let's check in here.
Dragging that out then.
No, that's fine. It's totally valid to play for a stalemate there. I totally could have fucked that up.
Yep. Sam 100% right. 100% correct there
Good
by
luck,
Sam
everyone.
Yeah,
to let
GG's.
Calum try to play that out here. But good win by Sam here. Got a bit sketchy being down a bishop, but just took all the goddamn pawns. And yeah, Jake did win his first game here as well. Let me go back. And let's watch Trash Boy against Cody for game 2. And let's focus on this this game here. Let's see if Cody can bounce back here. Cody's the white pieces, Jake is the black. Cody moving up his pawn to f3 here. If I'm Jake, I'm playing e5 immediately and bringing my queen out. Just being really aggressive. And again, this move here that I was talking about before, folks, putting the bishop in front of this central pawn completely restricts your dark squared bishop. You really at this point just want to play b3 and get your bishop out if you're Cody. How do you donate, Jacob? Venmo me, bitch. You know what it is. Oh shit. Let's hop over to Cody versus Jake. I'm sure they're gonna have some commentary.
We started out, we're like
Some
in
banter.
like a gladiatorial arena. Basically, we have to like earn our freedom.
What are these
So we
goons
didn't get very
talking about?
far, but my like not complaint, but like my observance with it, I was like, they better start like giving us more like choices and options, because there was really only like a few. But I think this is supposed to be like the tutorial like setup into like getting into like the main game, because I guess people have been saying it's like one of their favorite like stories of like games they play. So I'm assuming at some point it's going to take off.
Yeah. I'm I've been looking at like maybe different, because I will say I think maybe different tabletop games
Yeah, this is just social
might
time
interest
for
me as
Cody.
well, because
He's
like
not paying attention to this
I'll be
game at
honest,
all,
like the
dude.
big thing that interests me about Dimension 20 in the first place is that
I
they're
love you,
not
Cody.
most of them aren't just normal D&D campaigns. They're just mostly all like homebrews,
Yeah.
which I think I gravitate a little bit more
Well,
towards.
what do you mean by like
Like
homebrews?
All
or
right,
like
let's get out of this this talk here. Let's take a look at Sam's game versus Calum here. And yeah, Sam is just running away with
Tough
this one.
game.
What happened here? Queen was lost. Oh no. Move it back to this square, Calum. Shit. And yeah, tough goings when you lose a queen like that. Yeah, and Sam's just ripping into the position now. I like moves like e4. Yeah, this is just over. Definitely the first round of games were much more evenly matched. A lot of shenanigans happened there. These ones are definitely a bit more straightforward. Sam and Jake, definitely the strong players in this group. I think we'll be seeing them both move on here into the semifinals. But they need to make sure that they all win their games, though, too. Because if we do see a draw, then the other person will get the number 1 seed. And if they are still tied in points here at the end, we will just see a coin flip here for the number 1 seed. Because it does matter, very much so, in terms of your seeding. You want to win the group, because if you win the group, that means you play the second place team from whoever won, or getting in Group B positioning. So you want the number 1 seed, of course. Gets you a good position for the semifinal. You don't have to face the group winner from Group B. You get second place in the group, then you have to face the group winner of the other group in the semis. But yeah, these 2 games should be wrapped up here. And yep, so we're still in that position here. Cody did move that bishop out, which is good, which I'd like to see. Wants that bishop to get kicked out again, but if I'm Cody, I just snap take here. Get this bishop off the board. But nothing but a pain. Get it off. You want to try to get this bishop out because when we move that f-pawn, right, it sees that whole diagonal here. It becomes a problem. You can't castle now. I would want to try to focus on playing d3, getting this bishop out, trading off these dark squared bishops, and then you can castle cleanly. Another idea might be playing something like this, right? Not trading off this, and then castling queenside, right? And then just start pushing these pawns. It's definitely the more aggressive play. This is something maybe I would consider doing. But Cody moves his bishop back and doesn't take, and now everything I just said goes out the drain. Definitely want to think about trying to formulate options here
GG's.
when you get into chess. And looks like
GG.
Caleb and Sam have.
I think for some reason I get disoriented when I switch to black. It happened last time too, where I did good in the first game, and then when I switched, for some reason, my mind was all discombobulated.
Getting the bishop involved.
You have it so that it's on like a different side. Like, are you always on the top?
Yeah, and gets the
Or the
rook
bottom?
involved for the mate. Well done.
I'm always on the bottom.
Yeah, same. But in order to do that, it has to like mirror the board. So
Yeah.
you have to be able to...
Yeah, it is kind of my fault because I just made my chess.com membership today. I probably should have played a little bit before today.
I mean, yeah, I respect it.
Okay, so I guess we should just hop back in general.
Yep, GG's guys.
Well,
you guys can just
yeah.
hop back in general. You can
GGs.
watch the rest of the stream here because the other game is still in session here.
Okay.
Let's hop
Bears,
back
like
over.
bear characters.
Still talking about it.
It was pretty funny.
No, I love these two.
I don't remember if I
Yeah,
finished that one or not, but
And something happened here. Cody's down a full queen. All right,
Yeah, it's like I've been breezing
moved it
through
back,
those, and
and then he just doesn't see the pin happen.
it's honestly it's been
Yeah, it's
Dimension
tough.
20 and Stardew Valley for probably the last like 3 months. I'm gonna be so real.
you've been Valiant,
Dude, I fucking love Stardew Valley,
dude. It's so okay.
I'm a
I
Stardew
like the
Valley
game.
girly now, dude. Are you kidding?
Fair. I like the game a lot. I just never been able to like sink my teeth into it.
Yeah,
Like Loki, if
no,
you're playing, I can play some Vil with you.
Yeah, no, I have it on because I started off Game Pass, but now with I think with the winter sale, I'm just gonna get a bunch of games off Game Pass and then cancel my Game Pass
Yeah.
subscription too.
Yeah.
And then because I was thinking of it like the Always Sunny. There was like an Always Sunny bit where like Mac and Dennis are like, yeah, we rented our couch and we only paid the interest and it was great. And then Frank is like, you paid $20,000 for a couch you never owned. It's like, what? He's like, 15 years, you only paid the interest. It's like interest was like $20 a week, and he's like, you paid $20,000.
Yeah, dude, we've been watching a lot of Sunny.
But yeah, it's like
Sonny's
that
good, man.
about.
Sonny's good. Can't go wrong with Sonny.
I was thinking about like that, and then I was thinking about like like all these fucking subscriptions I have that I don't really use that much. And I'm like, fuck, how much have I spent on Game Pass for games I probably could have just bought? But for some it works out. It's like I could see myself like maybe just re-upping for like a month at a time, especially when they have like the fresh
Of
games
course,
that
Jake
like
can
just come out
take this.
on there, and I'm like, I want to
Alright,
play this, but I don't know if
takes
I
the
want to buy
night.
it.
It's fine.
Kind of thing.
But
But
you
that's
can
how
take
they
a
get
check.
you, because then you forget you have the subscription, and then
Yeah. Dude, did you hear about like the drama with the Game Pass and like Microsoft and shit?
I did not.
When you get this to a room.
So
Yep.
the Game Pass like yearly subscription
And this is
went up to
two.
some like astronomical amount.
One.
I don't remember what it was, but it was that they increased
Let's
it
just see
to.
the checkmate. They don't even care because they're just talking about Stardew Valley.
And
Nice.
this like Microsoft servers like shut down. Or
All right, that concludes round 2 there. So Sam gets an important win. Now he just needs to beat Cody, and he's into the semifinals. And tough results there for Caleb. Sam just too strong. Cody with the loss here against Jake. And now Sam and Jake just need to both finish their business against both Caleb and Cody. Cody and Caleb, holy shit. I need to drink some water. But I'll, of course, let the group know.
a lot of are not subscriptions. Jesus.
They're titles.
Exclusives for like PlayStation now. It's like
Oh,
Halo's
yeah.
coming out on PlayStation.
Now it's
I think Gears of
matter of
War is
trying to
coming.
find the right
So it's
time
like
to
all the
interrupt
stuff that
their,
they had, which is not much.
their conversation.
Yeah, and then PlayStation's putting their shit on Steam, and so it's like it's
Yeah.
all just moving to PC.
Yeah.
Once and for all, finally.
Yeah.
Beer.
Good game though.
Yeah, good game, friend.
happy I
We'll chat
Maybe I
more.
could
at some-
raise your elo a little bit.
It's not by much. I think I got 2 points.
All right, folks. Hop back in the general for the last round of games.
Yeah.
Alrighty, the last round here for Group A is going to be Sam versus Cody. That's going to be in chess game 1. Chess game 2 is going to be Caleb versus Jake. You guys can start them whenever. Make sure it's the 10 plus 5.
Were we one?
Jake and Caleb
I
will
think-
be in 2.
Yeah, we're in 2.
Okay, so I'm 1.
And Sam, I think if you go to my friends, Cody's username is Garterbelt. You can challenge him from there if you want to.
I think we're already friends. I'll
Perfect.
challenge you.
And let's refresh here.
All right. Good luck. Have fun.
All right. And let's go to the friends. But yeah, this has been going pretty well. And both games have started. Perfect. Let's start off with the Caleb versus Jake match here. Let's move over to their Discord.
I mean,
Especially when
it's
you're playing a lot of games.
Jake
kind
is,
of on me for not playing on
And Queen's
chess.com until today.
my favorite opening. I'm going to get some water.
It's not
real
like
quick,
it's like
folks.
such a big difference
Oof.
that if you had played more, I mean, like with anything, I guess repetition helps. But like if you know how to play chess, like I don't think missing out on playing on chess.com is going to be like a huge deal.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's more so I just don't put in the effort to like I would like if I played chess consistently, I could probably get pretty good at it, but it's the playing consistently thing that is,
Yeah. That's tough.
yeah, I need the motivation because like Pokemon Showdown, I got really good just because Riker thought I wouldn't be able to beat him, and that was like my motivating factor.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna get good enough to beat him.
Is that one on like DS type thing, or was that like one of the GameCube ones or something? Or no, it wasn't a GameCube. I think there was only two GameCubes.
Pokemon Showdown is just on the PC, so we would like play rank. It's like kind of like playing like ranked online. And then we would
gotcha.
we would then build the team on our DS that we oh, what the fuck? I should have been paying attention.
Sorry, I can shut that
no, it's all good. Wait, no, I'm sorry, I clicked game review by accident. But yeah, no, so then we, after like practicing our own team against like randos and on Showdown, we then build it on the DS, which is pretty difficult because you need like the right pretty much everything.
Yeah.
All right. Just pouring myself some water, and by water I mean whiskey. A little whiskey on the rocks, and what the fuck happened? And we already have a checkmate on the board. Okay, let's go to take a look. All right, what happened here? Holy shit. Let's go to the Trash Boy profile here. Take a look at that last game. Okay, that was an early ass checkmate too. Oh my god. Let's go take a look. So we had... Ooh, Caleb thought he could take that, but it is not free. That queen sees that knight. And just completely blunders. Queen to f7 mate by Jake. It's on the board. Tough break there. And back to this live position here. See if Caleb can hold his own here for a bit. And this game is still going on here. Cody playing much better. This game is even in terms of pieces here. So let's watch this one for a bit. Cody come here for the playoffs? Yeah, definitely, Jacob. That's a good idea. The problem is with that, though, is there needs to be another way of communication, like TeamSpeak or something, because I use Discord to listen into the players a bit. I guess we could probably join our own separate room and then join other players' chat or Discord when we want to. So that could be an idea. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Group B for sure. Group B has a lot of even matchups. The biggest question marks, I think, is going to be Riker and Jason. Riker is, I think, a pretty strong player. Jason is a wild card. I don't know how good Jason's going to be. He just started playing chess pretty recently, but I think if he keeps on playing and keeps on working, Jason can be a really strong chess player. But right now he's still, still trying to improve, still learning the game. So be curious to see how well he does in Group B here. But this is an interesting position here. Both queens infiltrating the other position here. But we did lose a piece. Oh, no. Yeah, just straight up hung the bishop. So Sam in danger to lose against Cody here. Cody up a piece. Can he hold on? Get the upset. Oh, and we don't take... Oh, it's all falling apart for Cody. All he had to do was take back. And he played queen takes. Cody, no! Cody, you're doing so well this game. Just take back with the king, you're fine. Your position was fine. You were up a knight. And then he just loses it completely. Doesn't even take back. Oh no, he's down a full rook. He allows the white bishop to retreat when you can take it either way here with the rook or with the king, Cody. Oh, but he's pawn hungry. He likes the pawns. He wants to eat up all the pawns. And now he's down a full rook. This is the fun of the tourney, folks. Absolute chaos and unfolding here in Group A. Yeah. All right. I think Sam should be able to hold on here. Let's see if this game... Yep. All right. Interesting position here. Caleb looking at a lot of pieces here on the king side. This is a precarious situation. His king is wide the fuck open himself, though. Definitely a bit precarious. There's not really a whole lot of attacking ideas with Jake here, unless he wants to try to start pushing his pawns, but that's really risky. Something like h6 and you think you're defending, but I would honestly, if something like h6 were to be played as a human, my immediate thought is to just boom, take this with the rook! And it likes that move too. Rook hx h6. Yes, it's losing, but it's very difficult for humans to actually try to defend this. You have to be very precise. If you don't get those top 2 engine moves, you're going to be in a world of hurt, right? And there's a lot to defend here. Very tricky. You develop this knight, you bring the other rook out. This rook sees checkmate on the board. I mean, it gets really tricky here if something like h6 gets played. And even you could probably play it regardless, but right now the knight does see it. You really want h6, so you get 2 pawns here for it. So the king is completely exposed, and then moves like, you know, get your knight out, get this other rook involved in the line of action here. So a lot of spicy ideas here for Caleb. It's really tough to spot, though. I know he's still somewhat of a beginner, but this is a great move now, not retreating back to these squares, because retreating back to this square now sees this pawn too. Jake has to be careful here. He is defending this with 2 pieces himself, so this is totally fine, but it gets really sketchy. If I'm Caleb, I develop this knight and maybe look at sacking at some point in the future. But this is a good move by Jake. Wants to explode this center because he sees the rook here against the queen, and it really activates these pieces as well, gets them out of the way. At some point, maybe playing bishop f4, depending on what this bishop does himself. But okay, definitely just, I snap take this with the rook, get some tempo. Doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, you could take back with the bishop to see this, but it's a tricky move. It's a tricky move. I honestly, I'm not against the bishop takes. I think this is still tricky because you still have to address this queen. If you don't address this queen now, you don't move this queen, this bishop moves literally fucking anywhere, right? And you have to move that queen again because it is now being attacked. This is the move I would play. You have to give up this pawn. Uh-oh. And we're going to see bishop takes real quick by Jake here. Very, very, very dangerous position. Because not only are you now attacking the rook, you're attacking the queen. You can't do everything at once if you're Caleb. Can't face 2 threats at once. You can only face one at a time here. Tough position now for Caleb. Yeah, and just now gives up the full queen. Gotta take back. And this is looking pretty bleak. Good play by Jake there. And yeah. Sam did get the checkmate as we saw previously, but let's go back. Just the 4 knights opening here. Okay, and just Cody's giving up full knights again for pawns. Brutal. Of course, this is not checkmate. It's defended by 3 pieces. Calm, cool, and collected, castle. And now, yeah. Of course, it was being pinned, so we couldn't move it before. Once Sam castles, unpins himself from the queen. Now it sees the bishop with check now. That's really unfortunate for Cody here. This is going to be all she wrote's pretty quick. I think these are going to be some quick games in round 3 for Group A here. And we'll have to do a coin flip here to see who gets the number 1 seed out of Group A, because we have that exact tie, exact amount of points here from both players. And for any of you curious about the tiebreaker, how that basically gets calculated, it's at the very end. Basically, if you beat somebody twice, you calculate their number of points, times it by 2. If you got 1 point out of them, you just take half of it. Excuse me, they're full points. If you only got a half a point, you do 0.5. If you got 1.5 points from them, you do 1.5 times the number of points, and you add them all together through the opponents, and that's your tiebreaker score. But of course, they're all going to be the same if both Sam and Jake win out here in Group A, and they'll be the exact amount of points and the exact amount of tiebreakers. So they'll have to do a coin flip to see who gets the number 1 seed. And yeah. So we have given away the rook here. Don't fully love this by Sam here. He is kind of overextending a bit with this king. It's still fine because he's completely winning, but then you run into some tricky ideas for Cody if you play something like this, right? Where you take back, and you play this. And you look at ideas like F4, say something, I don't know, just like F4, F5, and you run into some really nasty ideas here. And all of a sudden you're getting mated. And again, somehow this is not getting mated because of reasons, but it's actually even. That's so crazy. You have to play queen to h6 or rook h6 here. You want to control this square. And it's very tough. If you don't play queen h4, that's impossible to see as a human. Reasons I cannot tell you why that's a thing. I mean, it's just fucking computers for you. But we do see that. And we simplify the position, though, so we trade off the queens. Yeah. Bit too late. He's able to now take back with the queen and not this pawn. Yeah, it's tough. I would not want to trade those queens if I was Cody. If you're down pieces, keep your queens on the board. Always what you should do to try to complicate the game. You never want to simplify when you're losing. And yeah, I mean, we see something like this. Discovered attack on the rook. Cody's not going to see it. He does have a check, though. He might see it because of the check. But the problem is, yeah, and he just loses the rook. Well played by Sam. That should be all she wrote. All she wrote, singular. And, yeah, this game's pretty much over as well. Calum struggling to survive here. This is pinned. I mean, I would just take it. Kind of a nasty move. It's not needed at all, but like you could if you really wanted to. Just do take, take, take. And it's still completely winning. You still have a full rook. You sack the queen for no reason other than simplification. So, not needed, like I said. But, how's the stream going? You guys can still hear me, right? I mean, this is feel real. It definitely feels weird talking to myself. I think getting the co-commentator would be a good idea. Maybe I invite Jake for the Group B commentary. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it. All right, Rook C1 now. Again, the trouble is I want Caleb to get his king off of this diagonal, because there are chances if he tries to use his rooks. Maybe he doubles up his rooks a bit, but again, queen is just tough. Wonder from the Group B, the commentators take a shot. Jake, you're trying to kill me? Jesus Christ, dude. I'll be fucking dead immediately. The first game out of Group B is gonna be Jacob versus Ben. That game, if I'm commentating that game closely, it's I'm gonna be dead by the first 10 moves. It's not gonna be fun. All right, Jake, come on, just sack some pieces. Let's go. Get into the position. Stop dilly-dallying. There's no reason to do this. Come on. Joking, of course. All right, yeah. Knight e4. Knight g4. I would probably play knight g4, to be honest.
Oh, I think the page froze on me.
Oh, like the game?
Yeah, your clock stopped moving. It's like frozen at 4:29.
You should be able to, if you like just
Refresh the
load it,
page.
Yeah,
but
just
yeah,
refresh it. It should be fine.
yeah, I don't think, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna lose this.
I would hate to
game
give you the wrong
regardless.
info.
I'm not gonna win this one regardless, but
Yeah,
I
if your
just hit
screen ever
refresh.
freezes, you can always just hit the resign button. That'll refresh it.
Okay, it is.
Little cheeky
I hit the
before Jake.
refresh and I'm getting like the circular like loading dots. Let's see.
Still
My
have plenty of
PC
time, though,
knows.
Caleb, so take your time.
My PC knows it's reaching my bedtime.
Is it go to bed? Go.
It's like you're never on here at this time.
And yeah, looks
I'm still
like
getting the loading screen of death. This
Sam did
page
win
isn't
both matchups there.
responding.
They move back to
Yes,
general.
I would like to wait.
On Discord. Let's go ahead and make that.
It's like my clock ticking down, or is it also frozen?
Yeah, your clock is ticking, so you can join back whenever, Caleb.
Hold on, Johnny. It came up and it said game abandoned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have
It's
been.
unfortunate.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't join back on the game after a certain period of time, like I think it's like a minute they give you, then it abandons the game.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's still.
No worries.
No,
It
no
was
problem.
a
Loading
tough
screen
position
again.
anyway.
I'm fine. Yeah, I wasn't going to win that regardless.
If it was an equal position, Caleb, I would have said, "Hey, let's restart it and go back to that
Yeah,
position."
exactly.
But
Yeah. No.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
mate
no, it's all
in
good.
10 according to the computer if you played perfect moves. So
Yeah, no, it's all good.
all right. Well, thanks for playing, Caleb. I appreciate it.
Good game.
Yeah, GG's. I'm probably gonna hop off.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
You're good.
Cool.
You got third place though in the group, so well done. You got your 2 points against Cody.
I appreciate
Very
it.
nice. Very nice.
Getting that elo up to 400.
Exactly. Good shit.
Is
All right.
Cody in last?
Yeah. Cody lost all his games.
Yeah.
All right, but we got to do something in general. But Caleb, if you want to hop off, good talking to you. Good playing. Thanks for thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problem. Peace.
Peace.
Good talking to you, man.
Alrighty, folks. So to conclude, Group A here, we actually have a tiebreak for first between Sam and Jake, as all of you guys have the same number of points and the same amount of tiebreakers. So what happens now is a classic coin flip. See who gets the number 1 seed out of the group.
It's an exciting tiebreaker.
Very exciting. Does anybody care? Does anybody want to call it? Anybody wanted to defer, if you will?
You could just just assign it. I don't care. Because this that just applies to whoever's like the seed, right? That doesn't
Yeah, exactly.
mean anything else. Yeah. Whatever
Right.
works.
Sam, call it. Head or tails?
Heads, dog.
Oh, your audio cut out.
Heads.
Heads it is. All right. I'm flipping it. And it is tails. All right. Very exciting stuff. So
GG.
Sam will get second seed here out of Group A, and Jake will get the number 1 seed.
So Group 2 is playing now, so I don't have any games for a bit.
Yep. So you're chilling for a bit. Anybody wants to, if anyone out of Group A wants to join you for some co-commentating, you definitely can. It's up to you folks.
What do you mean?
If you want to join me on the commentating table here.
Oh, dude, I'll do that.
All right, bet.
How do I do that?
You can just hop over to like Among Us chat or something with me in a bit. But let me go ahead. I'm going to get the standings. Don't start the games yet, folks. But the first game will be out of Group B, Jacob and Ben in chess game 1, and Riker and Jason in chess game 2. You guys can go on to those games. Again, don't start them yet. I'll join and give you guys the heads up to start, but I do need to get the standings all set up and ready to go, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to definitely I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get these standings squared away with. Okay, so we got Caleb here and Cody rounding out the group. 0 points and 0 tie breaks. Caleb got 2 points, and that's actually 0 tie break points. Jake has 5 total points. Same with Sam. And basically, this is how you calculate tiebreakers. So if you beat someone twice, you gain double their amount of points on the tiebreak. So both of them have 4, and then they tied each other. So both have the same number of points for the tiebreak. So that would be 9. So 4 plus 5 would be 9 under the tiebreak. So Jake will now face the second place, the runner-up out of Group B, and then Sam will face the winner of Group B in the semifinals. So that is what we have going forward. We got these Group B matchups first, like I said, Jacob and Ben, and then Riker and Jason. Should be some fun games. Jacob has been grinding a bit, so should be fun. Ben's been playing chess for a while, but really only against me, and he loses every single game. And then, of course, we have Riker, Jason Riker, longtime player. He has beat me drunk before. Not a lot of people can say that. He has yet to beat me sober. People can't beat me sober. It's fine. And then, of course, Jason, like I said, just started playing a couple months ago. So big wild card out of Jason here. Not sure how he's going to do, but should be fun.